PRhyme 2. I don't really like eating sunflower seeds. I had to buy these. Royce, or PRhyme, has a song called Sunflower Seeds on the new album. I don't really eat sunflower seeds. I don't like the idea of people watching me spit things out as I'm eating them, you know what I'm saying? I don't really like that. So I had to buy these to kind of revisit my childhood of never picking these up. Whenever I went to 7-Eleven, I always got the Slurpees, hot Cheetos, sour straws, whatever. Now I got the sunflower seeds out of my mouth. We got this PRhyme 2 album, boom, boom, boom. PRhyme 2, wearing my PRhyme 1 shirt. I got it at their show back in 2014, 2015. I went and saw them. Although PRhyme is a relatively new group, it's consisted of veterans who have worked together in the past on their first collaboration, I believe, Boom, featuring this hot chick on the front with ammunition and explosives and whatever. The artist Royce on the back. This is how Game Recordings did their covers back in the day. The main concern with PRhyme 1, the first album, was that it was a little too short, you know? It had 9 tracks, and people were fiending for more. So this new album, we actually got like 17 tracks, so a lot of people were happy when they saw that track list, right? PRhyme 2 starts with an intro by DJ Premier, kind of reminding the fans, whether new or old, you know, what PRhyme is made up of. So DJ Premier basically is pre-mofying someone else's samples or production, what have you. This project, he chose Ant-Man Wonder. The first, he chose Adrian Young. And I like the reminder here, it's a solid intro, whatever. Goes right into Black History, which actually was taken from Royce's EP mixtape a couple years back called Tabernacle Trust a Shooter. Awesome freaking mixtape. If you haven't heard it, so freaking sick, bro. Yeah, that Black History joint is serious. You know what I'm saying? Royce is kind of going, he's kind of telling the Gangstar story, how they met and how Guru and Pre met, and they traveled to New York and blah, 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 whatever, and they made history, and then he's mentioned other veteran cats and what have you, and it's just an awesome track. This track, although it was taken from that EP mixtape, is actually slightly switched up. Primo, instead of saying PRhyme 2 is coming on the intro, he says, we're here, or we came, pause, or what, I don't know what he said. But, and then the outro features Royce singing a little bit. It's dope. So before I continue, this album's kind of half and half in terms of production that Royce is rapping over here. We have like the more harder type beats that we hear him rap over, and then we have a little more mellow, softer beats. Coincidentally, the tougher beats are on the first half of the project, whereas the more mellowed out joints are towards the end of the project, the bottom half. So one of the hardest is one of those tracks where he's just going, he's like a punchline king, dude. If there was a rap battle, I would not want to beat up against Royce, anyone in Slaughterhouse for that matter, but especially Royce. This guy's a freaking killer. He'll wreck you, you know what I'm saying, pause. He'll do anything. He'll destroy you. This album is filled with so many punchlines that Royce, even on songs that shouldn't have punchlines, Royce is delivering punchlines. He just has so freaking many, right? He got them all over one of the hardest. He got Respect My Gun. I love that chorus. With Rock Marciano on the track, you know, you can disrespect me or whatever, but don't disrespect my gun. Hard as hell. I'm loving the concept of their first single track, Arrow, with Dave East. He feels like he's in the wrong era. That's how I feel, right? Like, look at my freaking room. I'm 25. I feel like I should have been born in the 70s, you know what I'm saying? But that's how I feel, and that's how he feels. It's dope. Dave East drops a cool verse too. The beat is very different for Primo. We hear very different beats in Primo. So anyone who says Primo has like the same sound over the years, these PRhyme albums, Primo is really experimenting heavy. And you gotta kind of take your hats off to this dude. Wow. Yellow Wolf, Without Warning, Royce. You know what I'm saying? There's not a ton of features on this album, but there's quite a few. Honestly, they're not bad features. I think every feature does quite well, except for maybe one or two. But Royce can honestly just handle the project on his own. I'm so excited that his new album, Book of Ryan, coming out. I'm so excited that that's just going to be Royce, aside from one track. I want to hear just Royce. I think he can just take out a project on his own. He's a killer. So no disrespect to Yellow Wolf, but wow, I could add two Royce verses. You know, even with the Rock Marciano feature, the Davies feature, I could have just had Royce on. I mean, I like those artists, but Royce is also great. You know, we don't always need to feature an artist to appease fans, you know what I'm saying? More tracks where I'm really feeling the production. I'm liking Sunflower Seeds, that guitar, that that dope beat. I like how Royce is kind of singing on the hook. I love the concept for Loved Ones about infidelity, featuring the female MC Rhapsody. It honestly, although I'm not sure if they rapped in the same booth together, I don't think so. You know, it kind of takes you back to the 90s, 80s where MCs rapping in the same studio with one another. You know what I'm saying? Rhapsody goes and she's killing it. She's putting a lot of MCs to shame. This concept was probably the dopest concept on the album, if I had to say, because they both stayed on topic. It was pretty even. Rhapsody is probably the best feature on the album, if I would say. Another great concept would be Flirt with 2 Chainz. I think 2 Chainz gets a bad rap. I haven't really listened to a solo material, but as far as his features, dude, name one bad feature he's had. He's a feature killer. When he comes in on the second verse, the way he's flowing, the way his delivery is, you're happy he's on it. So him and Rhapsody, I think, are 2 features that have to stay. And I would say probably Big K.R.I.T too. Like, I think they have to stay on this project. Whereas other ones are not bad. They're drop dope performances, but these are ones that I feel like are essential to the track. That Flirt beat is so dope. I'm so happy Primo went in on that, and he brings back the old PRhyme reference where he says, tell a bitch try and shit on that, you know what I'm saying? The piano and Rocket is hard, you know what I'm saying? That Busta Rhymes sample on the chorus. This is a great track that Royce excels on, where you can really hear Primo on this beat. I'm just loving Rocket. The cool little video added to it, you know what I'm saying? Peep that out, boom, boom, boom. Rocket is hard, you know what I'm saying? And this is kind of more of a mellow beat that was sped up, where we have mellow tracks on this album. They're a little redundant in production. They're a little boring, I would say. They don't really sound Primo-fied. Royce has a concept on some of them, and on some of them he kind of strays away from the concept. First beat where I'm kind of just not really feeling it, I'd say, is Streets at Night. I really dislike that chorus, the sample, not a fan of it. The production is also kind of, you know what I'm saying, My Calling with the freaking birds chirping and all that stuff. Matter of fact, here, birds chirping right now. I'm gonna be pissed if it's in the end of this video. I hope not. I don't think so. The production is pretty boring. One thing he mentions that kind of resonated with me was when he says lemon pepper wings at Hooters flow. I kind of like that. I haven't had lemon pepper wings at Hooters in a long time. More of a Wingstop kind of guy. Their lemon pepper on the bone is incredible. Love that place. And like Wingstop, I'm gonna get sponsored by them one day. Watch. But I like that, you know what I'm saying? A little Rappin and Snackin sidestep right there. I like it. So the first song that is a little more mellow in production that I really mess with is Made Man. It's with K.R.I.T, or Big K.R.I.T, Mr. Porter. I'm digging it. The concept of the song becoming a made man, right? Royce starts off with the concept and he kind of loses it. Like I said, he has so many punchlines in his brain or pad of paper or cell phone or wherever he stores them that he just feels like he has to put them in every song. Whereas this song, he need to put them in, but the Mr. Porter chorus is very awesome. Big K.R.I.T comes in, he sticks to the concept. His verse is a little short for some reason. It's one of the mellow tracks that does work, and I really am messing with that Mr. Porter chorus. He really comes in and he kills it, you know what I'm saying? Everyday Struggle, it's a clear play on the Complex show with Joe Budden. I'm really liking the idea behind this one, you know, let's form hip-hop unity. He doesn't want to see Joe Budden beef with Lil Yachty, you know, Lil Yachty's Royce's son's age, you know. Let's stop bashing these younger artists, just let them be them. If you don't like it, just turn that shit off, bro. Like, I'm not gonna be listening to Lil Uzi Vert or whoever, or 6ix9ine or whatever, if I don't like their music. If I hear it once, twice, 3 times and I don't like it, I'd be a lunatic to keep freaking listening to it and put myself in the torture chamber, right? If you don't like it, just dismiss it and don't like keep bringing it up and dissing them and being in their comment section, blowing them up and saying, fuck you, you're a fag, you know, all these horrible things, right? Just grow up. But I like the idea behind it, but honestly, the song is like elevator music with some drums, some bass in it. It's not very replayable. We go right into Do Ya Thang, which is kind of, you know, just another boring beat. Royce starts off with a concept, he loses track of it again. His singing voice comes out, so it shows a little bit of versatility. That's kind of cool, but, you know, it's just more of a dud. Gotta Love It with CeeLo Green. I'm a huge fan of CeeLo on hooks. I love his work with Goody Mob as well. But I'm not feeling him on this chorus. I thought I would really like him, especially with his his performance on Raekwon's The Wild album on that Marvin track, oh my god, like that's top 3 off the album for sure. On this track it was kind of boring. I do like Royce though. I do love what he's doing. I love how he's shouting out Detroit rappers. He's shouting out, saying he's got their back. You know, if he sees Obi Trice, when was the last time you heard Obi Trice's name? He's saying if you see Obi, you know, tell him I miss him or I love him or whatever. Freaking dope. This background instrumental kind of sounds a little like a little game show. Reminds me of like. It reminds me of like the Wheel of Fortune days and things like that. It's the first thing that comes to mind. This song I think would have been better without the CeeLo thing. The beat also kind of drops at the very, you know, last moments of the song, which I thought was kind of interesting. And then it's the end of the album. So, and like I said, you know, the first half of the album is a little more harder songs that I'm more a fan of with Royce behind. I'm really just loving it when he's tearing a track up, when he's showing punchlines, when he's just doing the best that he does. And the latter half of the album is a little more mellowed out, which are not bad per se, but it's not really something that I think Royce really thrives off of, and kind of a sound that Primo hasn't mastered, maybe with the Ant-Man Wonder production samples. And the songs that are a little more soft sounding, I think Royce does best when he sticks to one subject. For example, on the song Tabernacle off his album Layers and mixtape Tabernacle Trust the Shooter, I love how he's describing how he was going through his dying grandmother and the birth of his child, and trying to land a deal at the same time and perform at a show. I think that was incredible. More recently on his newly released song with J. Cole, Pablo Boat, I love his verse on that, and that's over a little more softer production. So Royce can really do it. He's a versatile MC who does really crave to spit punchlines everywhere, which I love, but sometimes it is out of place. I just think on this album, the more softer sounding tracks are not really good. A match from Primo and Royce. It's kind of a combined, not failure, but a combined lackluster performance or execution or overall product. I want Royce and I want Premier to do more PRhymes. I think that if they stuck to the formula of the first album, where it was so short, where we were craving more, I think that's better than giving us too much and us kind of critiquing it. I think as far as pound for pound, I'm gonna go, you know, PRhyme 1 as superior. Just here, it's 9 tracks. It makes the listener want more. You know, but PRhyme 2 is something we wanted more. You know, we wanted more songs. I think if they released something a little shorter, you know, maybe in the 10 to 12 track range, that would be a perfect dosage. I'm interested to see who they would choose as the producer to sample from then. Giving it a 7.5 out of 10 body bags. What do y'all think of it? Give me your top 5, your least favorite moments, and who do you want to see Primo sample from on the next PRhyme. Appreciate y'all for watching. Always hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I have my playlist linked in the description below as well. I also have my DJ Premier collection linked in the description below, since his birthday just passed, so you guys can check that out and see if this freaking monster producer that we have still producing hits today. Alright, appreciate y'all. Peace.